All right, everybody ready? I would like to call to order the Monday, February 9th, 2026 Oxford Township Zoning Board of Appeals. If everyone please rise and pay respects to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please note the roll.
Noted, there is a quorum.
We have a quorum. Very good. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda as written.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Moving on. Item number 5, which is the approval of minutes from our last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of May 12th, 2025 as presented.
Second.
Motion and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Moving on. Item number 6 is any item or any members of the public that wish to speak to us for non-agenda items. Seeing no one, we'll close that item and move on to new business. 7A will be our election of officers. So we have a nomination form, so we'll start the process. Bailey, would you like to?
I would nominate Mr. Walters for chairperson.
I would second that.
Accept.
Okay. We have a nomination for Mr. Walters to be our Zoning Board of Appeals chairman. We have motioned and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Moving on. Vice chairman.
I'll make a motion to appoint James Butler as vice chairperson.
I'll second.
I'll accept. So we have a motion for Butler to be vice chairman. A second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Moving on. Next, I'll take nominations for Zoning Board of Appeals secretary.
I'll make a motion to nominate Corey Bailey as secretary for zoning board of appeals.
I will second that.
I would accept.
We have a motion and a second for Mr. Bailey to be our secretary. All in favor? Aye. Okay. I'm gonna miss that thing. That's quick.
Okay.
Make sure your mics are on. Mics are on. Okay. Good. Okay.
Okay, tonight we have a case, we have actually 2 cases. The first case is case 26 DBA 001 SEAC 580 Maloney Avenue, Oxford Township, Michigan, parcel P0428303004. The petitioner is Colleen SEAC. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. The applicant is proposing to build an addition to an existing home, and there's 2 variances that are requested tonight. The applicant is seeking a variance from section 3.7.n of the Oxford Township zoning ordinance to allow for a principal structure to be 6.5 feet from the east side property line and 3.6 feet from the west side property line, for a sum total of each side yard to be 10.1 feet instead of the required 12.5 feet. Secondly, the applicant is seeking a variance from section 3.7 of the Oxford Township zoning ordinance to allow for a principal structure to be 10.8 feet from the front property line instead of the required 25 feet. Is the applicant here today? Thank you. So, before we get started, I just wanted to give you a real brief introduction to how the meeting will proceed, okay? During this business meeting, the following rules of procedure shall apply to consideration of any item on the ZBA agenda. First, we'll hear the applicant's statement. Then second, we'll have an open hearing. Third, we'll have questions and comments from the public. Fourth, we'll close the public hearing. Fifth, building administrator comments. Sixth, we'll have board member questions and comments. Seven, we'll have the findings of facts according to the Article 17, Section 17.8 variances C standards. Then finally, number 8, we'll take a motion. 9, we'll have board member discussion and comment, and number 10, we'll finally vote. So there's 10 items that we'll have to go through for this. So applicant, why don't you come up to the podium, state your name and address, and then give us your statement and why you would like a variance tonight.
Good evening. I'm Colleen and this is my husband Jason.
Good evening.
We've never done this before, so just bear with us a little bit. Basically, we are seeking the dimensional variances on an existing non-conforming lakefront lot in the area where there is evidence of reduced setbacks, which we feel is consistent with the surrounding development pattern. So we are currently on a R1 zoning lot, but our lot is much, much smaller than the 12,000 square foot norm. We have like not even 8,000, so we're 4,000 square feet less than the R1 normal square footage. Not only that, but the shape of our lot is long and narrow, and also when it hits the road, it's on a very sharp angle. So the 25 feet from the road really hurts us, because then that 25-foot setback would also be on an angle. And no one wants to build a garage where it's on an angle. We want it to be straight, and we want it to look nice and have good representation on the road. So our hardships that we're asking for today are basically our lot size and our lakefront constraints that we have. Most of the lots in the area on Maloney Drive are non-conforming lots. Mostly because the houses are so old, and things were changed over time. But our request is consistent with the current neighborhood patterns. So a lot of homes on our street are much closer to the road than 25 feet. Or structures, garages, things like that. The reduced front setbacks seem to be the functional norm along Maloney Avenue. The side variance that we are asking for is a difference of 2.4 feet. And the front yard difference, oh, I'm sorry. I knew that one. The difference between 25 and 10.8, I think, is our proposed. So we're asking the city to treat our circumstances as a practical difficulty. It's going to be difficult to make what we want to without those variances, which is why we're asking for it today.
Okay, so we, just to be clear, we have the information here with us that we can review as well. And there were two variances that you were wanting to approach the board with. And the first one that we show is the side yard setback, right?
Okay?
And we're showing that the principal structure is to be 6.5 feet from the east side of the property line. Is that correct?
Yes.
And 3.6 feet from the west side of the property line. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a total of 10.1.
Yeah, okay.
And the required is 12.5.
On both sides.
Yeah.
So the difference between 6.5 and 12.5.
No. The difference between 12.5 and 10.1. We're asking for 2.4 total.
Okay. And the second one is a 10.8-foot front yard setback, and the requirement is 25 feet.
Correct.
So I heard you say lot size, so that's a little different.
So our lot size is almost 8,000 square
Yeah.
feet, and a normal R1 zone is 12,000. So our lot size is 4,000 square feet smaller than the standard, which is where the 25 feet came in
Sure.
and the side setback. So I'm just trying to show you that our sizes are a lot smaller. We have less to work with than most
Sure.
lot sizes.
And that's part of the hardship, is that your lot size isn't under the right, or the requirement right now,
Correct.
which probably went grandfathered in or whatnot when Maloney
Sure.
came around. Bologna is very common to this board, actually.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't know, as you probably could imagine, right? So I think we're all very aware of Maloney
I think
Drive.
all of our neighbors, including us, are just trying to make the best use of our space that we have.
Sure.
We love the lake and we love the surrounding areas, and we just want to make it as nice as possible.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. The second item is open the public hearing. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak?
We live next door,
If you can go up
Can
to,
you, I'm sorry, I'd come up to the podium and state your name and address, and then we'll get it on the record. Thank you.
I'm Jerry, and this is Pat, SIAC, C-I-A-K. We're at 584 Maloney. We're on the east side of the house that's in question, and we don't have any problems with that at all. Like you people said, you're all well known about Maloney, and
Yeah.
that's the way Maloney Street is.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, but we talked to other neighbors around us, and all of them agree that it's no problem.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Is there anybody else from the public? You want to come up and?
No, do we sit down now?
Yeah, you can sit down now. Yeah, you're number one. I'm sorry.
You do have one left.
yeah,
I'd like to make a note that there is a letter that we all received. And the letter looks like it's from Teresa Nickel and Ralph Nickel. And the letter dated February 6, 2026. The address is 537 Maloney Avenue in Oxford, Michigan, 48371. And they explained
Would you like
and made comment on the variance.
read
Do
in?
you want to read
You
that?
want it read in word?
yeah, please.
Please.
Petition number 26 ZBA 001 580 Maloney Avenue, Oxford, Michigan. Parcel ID 0428303004. Variance number 1. If this new build will be principal resident only, and certainly not 2 residences or basically a duplex, we will have no issue. If not principal residence and will be used as a Verbo or Airbnb, we cannot approve such use. Variance number 2, 10 feet 8 inches is way too close to the street. It becomes a safety issue with pedestrians, narrow road, deliveries, and traffic. No to this variance. We sure would appreciate more information and discussion prior to this notice. Teresa and Ralph Nickel, 537 Maloney Avenue.
Thank you. Are there any more questions or comments? We'll close item 3. and close the public hearing, item 4. Building administrator comments? Seen
We don't
not
really have-
present?
No.
So board member questions and comments. Do we have questions to the applicant?
I have one question.
Can you come back up to the podium so we can ask some questions and just get maybe a clarification on the variance that's
Sure.
being presented?
How far back is your house currently sitting off the road?
Oh, that is a great question. I am not sure the exact, how far back we are right now.
And what exactly is the size of the garage you're wanting to build?
The garage with the addition is 1,300 square feet.
Dimensions?
Is it not?
It's not really clear.
It's not
We got
clear.
small
It
prints.
is very, very small.
We do too. I didn't bring our big ones because I thought that everybody had copies. But you're right, it's very difficult to read it as well.
And is it a two-story?
So it's a 1,200 square foot house that is 2-story. And we're attaching the garage onto the house with an addition above it.
Living space in the
Yes.
addition above it?
Yes. That will all be connected.
Okay. I was just curious, from what I can see, it's a very large garage. And I just wondered why you wanted to build it so long.
So we have a motorhome, and although we're allowed to put it right on the property, we would rather have it have storage and look nice for the street instead of just having it sitting there in the driveway. So that's the primary reason for building it, so it can be concealed and not, and store it. It can be stored, it can be concealed, and nobody else has to look at it.
Yeah, not sitting out in the front like that.
We don't have any height issues with what we're doing, so we meet the 35-foot requirement. The only thing is we're asking for it to be a little bit longer, less of a setback because of the way that our road is on an angle. So if we went 25 feet back from the way our road is angled, then everything would be on an angle. And we would lose even more than 25 feet. So we're trying to straighten it out and have it be a straight front garage.
I don't know if we were able to answer your questions, Sandy. Were we?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that-
Well, how
that-
far is it from the road, right?
Do you guys want to, like, we have an aerial picture if you want to see how the street runs at the angle, which, oh, you have it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Yeah,
included
we
in
do
our packet.
have that. It was
Okay.
just the dimensions of the garage with the drawing that we had, blueprint, and it just has the first floor, proposed first floor. It didn't have exactly what was going to be over it. So I guess I was looking at it as it was just all garage, I mean, I was looking for the intended use. I guess that was what I
So,
was
yeah,
looking
it's a
for.
garage with the addition to the house above it. And then we have an existing shed that is on the property right now, and that will be gone. So it's not like there's gonna be the garage and the shed and that's gonna be taken care of, so.
By this aerial photo, this one here, right?
Yeah,
It's showing that your house is set back quite a distance from the road right now, correct?
yes,
And when you're building the garage towards the road, right?
yes.
So, let's ask the question then, because it looks like you're looking for a front variance, but are you creating hardship amongst yourself by getting too close to the road when you're not meeting that requirement, right? So maybe you could answer that question. You know, right now your setback is meeting the requirement, correct? From the front yard?
Yes.
So you're asking for a variance to go closer to the front yard setback requirement, and that's why you're asking for the variance.
Yes.
Is there any relief that you could give us to meet that requirement?
I don't know what you mean.
Could you make the garage to meet the requirement, or make your addition to meet the requirement?
To take some off of it? Well, with what we're asking, there is still places for us to park cars on the outside of the road as well. I mean, we're
Okay.
not asking to be right up against the road, even on the angled part. But, I mean, if you're not willing to grant us what we're asking, we're willing to work with you
Okay.
somewhere in the middle, I guess, if you see a better solution to it.
Well, excuse me. I think the thing is that you want to build like a regular garage would probably not need the variance, but because you're building one to house the motorhome, it needs the variance. And I think that's what we were asking. And then how much living space is it giving you above that? I mean, are you extending bedrooms,
The living space above it is 1,300, exactly of what the garage is. So the living space would be, so with that large of a garage, we also get more
Right.
living space
Right.
as well. It helps us all the way around.
So the closest this garage is at the northeast corner to the right-of-way line is about 10 feet.
Yes, and then it gets wider as it goes because of the way that the road is angled.
Yeah, the only concern there would be if you're parking a vehicle in front of that garage, it'd be onto the road right away. Car being 18 to 20 feet long, they would hang over out into that right away.
On the left side, you're correct, but if we park the car all the way towards the right, it would fit. Or we could even pull it in, sideways. If someone was coming to park, like, to deliver pizza or something like that, they could pull sideways and be fine and be off the road.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Joe.
For
Thank
variance number one, we'd have that resident that was concerned it was gonna be a duplex or a verbo. Is that gonna be the case or no?
So it is currently a VRBO and an Airbnb right now,
Oh, it is.
and we are building it for us to move in there and live there. But that shouldn't have that has nothing to do with any variances that we're asking for at all.
Okay.
Everything that we're doing has to do with lot size and allocation, and I don't really see that that's relevant to what
It
we're.
was just brought up by a resident. I just wanted to get an understanding.
Right, well, because there are our neighbors across the street, we've been successfully Airbnb-ing it for several years now.
Variance number two I struggle with because it's the hardship self-created. Back when I was in the ZBA, that was always an issue. I always said Russell. It's like,
exactly where I was.
how much of it is something because of the property? Like, let's say you want to put a semi-truck in there. Same concept. It's self-created. It's not the property. It's what you want to use it for.
Right,
So our issue is, how much of that can be granted and how much of it is something that we really need to take a look at. I lived in that area for 30 years. I walked that street many, many, many times. So I know exactly where it's at, exactly what it is. A lot of times you are too close to the road there. You get sideswiped. And I think 10 feet off the road is way too close. I mean, I don't know what the solution is, but I think 10 feet's not the solution.
When you're looking at the aerial photo it looks like, and even this drawing here, right, board, we're looking at maybe, when you're looking at your neighbors to the east and to the west, it looks like you're farther out towards the road instead of like a sight line to your neighbors. I guess that's why I was asking. It's up to you on what you want for a variance, right? But that's why I'm asking the question, is there a consideration for a lesser variance? And if so, what would that be? It sounds like you want to, you're willing to work with that, right? From your earlier comment. But maybe you don't have to answer that today, but,
Our biggest thing is our length so that we can conceal the motorhome.
okay,
So it's 34 feet, and so we need it to be
Okay.
a certain size so that it can be stored in there and out of sight from everybody else.
sure, okay,
That was one of our big goals, is that we're gonna have it there one way or another. We'd rather make it look nice for the neighbors around us, for our neighbors next door to us,
Sure.
and have it properly stored.
right,
So, and if it isn't the motorhome, it could be jet ski trailers or boat or whatever. We just want it to be stored properly on site and out of everybody else's.
and that's fair. I know there's other options for storing a motorhome, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at we're looking at a permanent structure in our ordinance, and that's one of the things the board's gonna have to come up with to grant or deny, right? So that's why I'm asking if there is a minimum, or a reduction in your variance that you would be willing to accept tonight or at a different time. So it sounds like you're willing to work with the board.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any additional comments or questions from the board?
My last comment would just be that, like, there have been homes recently that have been approved on Maloney that are almost literally on the road. So a 10.8 feet separation from the road is way bigger than things that have just been approved, like in the last year or so, from the board. So we're just asking for the same concessions that other people were given. And we're trying to make it look nice, and we want to have a nice structure there. And we're kind of restrained with our lot size. We still have to conform to the R1 lot size, but we're really not an R1 lot. We're 4,000 square feet less than what that is.
We understand your hardship, I think, right? The question, we're fairly familiar with the other ordinances that have been granted on Maloney. I'm not too sure what you're specifically pointing to, but they are all case by case, right? So let's go with the case by case basis, right? And try to best understand the variance that you're asking for tonight. Okay.
Can I ask one more question?
Go ahead.
How long have you owned the home?
8 years.
Are there any other questions, comments? We're good? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll close item 6. We'll move on to item 7, findings of fact. Sure, I get my paperwork here, right? Sorry. Okay. Item 1 is strict compliance with the restrictions governing area setback, frontage, height, bulk, density, or other non-use matters will unreasonably prevent the owner from using the property for a permitted purpose or will render ordinance conformity unnecessarily burdensome. Board member comment. And I assume we're taking, should we do these both at once, or do you want to do them separately, board?
I think separately.
Yeah, we'll do them separate.
Separate?
It's separate.
Okay. So let's first start with, the variance, principal structure to be 6.5 feet on the east side of the property line, 3.6 feet on the west side of the property line.
I have a question with the permitted purpose, because it's their purpose that they're. And to comply with it, then they can't do what they want to do. Under the other unnecessary things.
So you think it applies?
Um, It applies to them, yes.
Applies to them?
And the total request on that one just 2.4 feet. That one seems reasonable.
On the front,
On the one on the side.
right.
Because it's required at 12.5 at
Right.
10.1.
Right,
So that might be unnecessarily burdensome.
Yeah, you've got some really narrow lots there and existing sheds that are over the property line to begin with. And
Even some of the stuff that's
Yeah,
there,
so-
adjacent,
I
are
think
overhanging.
I think that one applies.
I would agree that one applies.
yeah.
Okay. Item 2, findings of fact, the variance will do substantial justice to the applicant as well as other property owners. Wait, I'm sorry, let's stay on one. Do you want to do the, or are we gonna do them all, findings of fact separate?
Do them
No,
separate.
do all the findings of facts for the first,
Okay,
the
Yeah.
first,
One, and then we'll go to the second.
okay,
Yep.
all right,
because we can grant one without the other, both, or
okay,
neither.
that's fair, okay. So we're staying on the
On the
side
first
yard setbacks, okay.
Yep.
Well, the variance will do substantial justice to the applicant as well as other property owners for the setback?
I would say it does for the applicant. I would almost say for the other property owners, because like I said, you've got sheds that are across property lines now that if they had to tear them down to comply, it would not be good for the other neighbors. So, yeah, I'd say that one applies.
Because they're not going over the property line. They're still
No.
within their property.
Yeah, but they've got a shed from the neighbor that's on their over
It's
their
on the
property
You
line.
can see that right
All from the
there.
neighbor, it's on their property.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right over there. See that property line, yeah, that's the neighbor's property there.
I lived in Clear Lake, it's like the wild, wild west.
Mhm.
There's no, not,
Right.
you know, hometown village or, you know, the other ones where you got rules and regulations. So they used to park their boat on the front lawn.
That's an HOA zone.
Okay, saying on the side yard setback, a lesser variance than requested will not give substantial relief to the applicant and will not be more consistent with justice to other property owners. Does that apply or not?
Well, I think it does apply. The lesser variance on the side is not gonna give them any relief this child with their building if they wanna make it straight
Yeah, a foot or two here or there won't really change
on a lot that's,
the character.
yeah.
No, you've got that one door going in from the foyer. If you took that back a foot and a half, you wouldn't have a door there.
Right. Do you have a landing in there?
So,
It applies.
yeah, it
Applies?
Yep.
Number 4, the need for the variance is due to the unique circumstances particular to the property and not generally applicable in the area or to other properties in the same zoning district.
Well, the site is less than the 12,000 square feet. It does have
Yeah.
kind of a pie shape to it. It narrows up towards more loaning.
Yeah,
So I think it does apply.
that is unique, I agree too. Item 5, the problem of and resulting need for the variance has not been self-created by the applicant and/or the applicant predecessors.
Well, that again goes to, if they want to build something smaller. You know, get it. So it would fit in. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that one applies. It's, yeah, if they wanted to downsize or something like that, then it wouldn't be self-created, but again, you wouldn't be able to put the door and other things in. But then again, they wouldn't have to go as big, so yeah, I think it's kind of self-created.
So you don't think it applies?
No, I don't think it applies on that one.
Yeah, I think it is self-created.
So it doesn't apply.
Does not apply.
Does not apply.
Okay, moving on to the front yard setback. In findings of fact number 1, strict compliance with restrictions governing area setback frontage, height, bulk, density, and other non-use matters will unreasonably prevent the owner from using the property for a permitted purpose or will render ordinance conformity unnecessarily burdensome.
Just 1 second. Do we need to vote on the first variance first?
You don't,
No.
You don't have to.
Okay.
you don't have to.
You have to.
Okay.
It's still in finding of facts.
Okay.
It won't prevent them using it for a permitted use. I mean, they could make it smaller. They can make it work within the ordinance. It may not be the result they'd like, but they could certainly do that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So you're saying it doesn't apply?
No.
Item 2, the variance will do substantial justice to the applicant as well as other property owners?
Again, I think it would do justice to the applicant, but I don't see how it would do any justice or anything for the other property owners.
I agree.
Would agree.
Does not apply.
I don't think that one
Doesn't
applies.
apply.
Item 3, a lesser variance than requested will not give substantial relief to the applicant and will not be more consistent with justice to other property owners.
There's always a possibility for a lesser variance.
Yeah,
mean,
if they,
the-
I mean, a lesser variance will not give them relief as long as they want to build what they want to build, but they can build something smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand and appreciate the desire to put the RV inside, but it's creating that, to me, it seems like it's creating where that line wants to be with that other northeast corner being 10 feet off the property line. That's concerning for me. I mean, people could not park there, but you know what's going to happen. People will park there, and it creates an unsafe situation.
So it does not apply.
No, I don't think so.
Item 4, the need for the variance is due to the unique circumstances peculiar to the property and not generally applicable in the area or to other properties in the same zoning district.
Well, it is, again, as we talked about in the first item, the parcel is oddly shaped and sized. Not to say you couldn't do something with that property, with it, but it does create some some circumstances to it.
It is unique for sure.
I think it does apply.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that one is unique.
And lastly, the item 5, the problem and resulting need for the variance has not been self-created by the applicant and or the applicant's predecessors.
No, I think to go that big and everything, I think that one has been self-created, so I don't think that one applies.
Okay.
I would agree.
Okay. Can we get a motion from the board on the side? Or both? Front or side?
In the matter of ZBA 26001, 580 Maloney, Oxford Township, parcel 0428 303 I make a motion to grant a variance, side yard, being 6.5 feet from the east side property line and 3.6 feet from the west side property line for a sum total of each side being 10.1 feet where 12 feet is required.
I would second that.
We have a motion and a second on the side yard setback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And do we have a motion on the front yard?
Well, we gotta
Yeah.
vote on
Do I
that.
do this
First one.
separate? Okay.
Any discussion?
Any discussion or comments from the board? We're good?
Nope.
Okay. Can we have a vote, please?
Bailey,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Ferrari,
Yes.
Birch,
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Motion passed.
And secondly, the front yard. Can we get a motion for that?
KCGA 26-DBA-001, CX 580 Maloney Avenue, Oxford Township, Michigan. Parcel number PO 420-303-004. Applicant is seeking a variance from section 3.7 of the Oxford Township zoning ordinance to allow for principal structure be 10.8 feet from property line instead of the required 25 feet, would be denied.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any board member discussion, comment?
Concern I have, again, as I've stated, is that northeast corner and that parking. If that could be resolved and be lessened, I would certainly think something is in order for this. It is, but that troubles me, that corner.
Based on the findings of fact tonight in the motion, right? Second,
May I ask a question?
We're in a motion.
we're in a motion right now. Sorry.
I guess my only question would be, no, I'm good.
Do we have any other motions?
Well, we have a motion right there on the table,
vote.
unless it wants to be
Okay.
withdrawn.
Okay. All right, we'll go for a vote then.
Ferrari,
Yes.
Birch,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Walters.
Yes,
Motion passed.
motion was denied. Yep. So you got your, we granted you the variance on the side and we denied the front yard. So if there was maybe a minimum relief from that and you wanted to approach the board again, we're more than willing to
Consider that.
consider that, I guess, yeah.
So I guess my question would be, what do you feel would be reasonable? What is the amount? Obviously, we can't have the 10.8, which we needed, but what do you think is reasonable for,
That's not anything we can advise on. That's something you'd have to get with the building officials and present something back. That
But I
we
would
can't
think,
advise.
but I would think if you strongly consider what we said about someone parking there, think about that in its context, and it'll probably lead you to what that wants to be.
I just don't wanna like keep going back and forth as to what you would have acceptable. Like if you said, well, we'll do 12 feet, you know what I mean, or 13 feet. I don't know what else that magic number would be either.
Yeah, and I guess just like Board Member Butler said, just, I guess, take into consideration what our board mentioned tonight, go back into the building officials here, and then you'll have to either present another number or not, right? But that front yard setback was denied from this board.
So then we have to make another appointment and come back at another month.
Whatever you decide to do, yeah.
We just never done this before, so I'm
Yeah.
just asking for
Yeah.
procedure.
Yeah. Okay,
Moving on.
all right, moving on to the next case. Next case is 26ZBA 002 G&B Equitas LLC, 215 Plexus Drive, Oxford Township, Michigan, parcel P0409127013. Is the applicant here?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Members, Mary Claire Petkoff on behalf of G&B Equitas.
Thank you.
And I think this case is best illustrated by the words here, so I'm gonna bring them over here so I can see.
Can I ask you a question first?
Yes, of course.
Are you representing a legal firm?
Yes, from Williams, Ratner, and Plunkett.
Okay, I need to make one statement before we go farther. One of the members, or one of the partners at Williams, Ratner, and Plunkett, does my personal law. I also do work for Rick Ratner, who wrote the letter, and other partners at Williams, Ratner. We do a lot of survey work for them, Alta surveys and transactional stuff. So I just want to disclose that to this board. If you feel I'm not capable of having any part of this discussion, that's fine.
Think you'll still be able to be objective?
I do believe I can be, yes.
Okay.
I don't have.
But I just want to let that know.
Thank you. Okay, so I think this is best illustrated by this.
Hang on one minute. Let me,
Let me tee it up.
I know
We're going to tee this up.
Got it.
So the petitioner is G&B Equitas LLC. The applicant is proposing a lot division in combination for 3 parcels to become 2 parcels with a private road included in one of the parcels and an access granted to the other parcel. The variance is being requested. There's one. The applicant is seeking a variance from zoning ordinance section 3.7 to allow the minimum lot width to be 40.99 feet instead of the minimum lot width of 150 feet. And we went through the meeting procedures. I know you were here, but there's 10 items. If you want me to read those again, I can, but it sounds like you're already ready to go. Okay, so the applicant is going to make a statement.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, as you can see, these are the 3 parcels first in question. This is the parcel that is the subject of our variance request, parcel 012.
Okay.
As you can see, it is a long, narrow parcel that runs along both of these lots, 013 and 014. My client, G&B Equitas, owns this parcel, which is 013. They also own 018. Currently, the parcels currently parcel 018 is being used as an access drive for the southern parcel 013. It's also being used as a parking lot for this parking area right here. This parking area right here is being used by parcel 014. So we are requesting a variance in order to obtain a lot split and redistribution that would look like this. So it would allow parcel 013, the northern parcel, I'm sorry, I might be mixing up my numbers here, parcel 014, the northern parcel, to have its parking lot as part of its parcel. And it would allow parcel 013, which is the southern parcel, to subsume this portion, which is its access drive, called Plexus Drive. Now, this parcel, switch my words again, is already non-conforming. It's about 100 feet wide, which is obviously substantially less than the 150 as required by the ordinance. We are asking to shrink it to 40 feet, but only in this section, which just encompasses the access drive. And again, it's non-conforming already, and we think it would be far more efficient for a tax administration standpoint, as well as just, it makes more sense for this parcel's parking lot to be part of its parcel and this parcel's access drive to be part of the parcel.
Can we ask questions or no?
Okay, that's it, okay. So I'm gonna open for a public hearing. Anyone from the public that'd like to make a comment or have a question? If so, come on up to the, you can,
Yes, I do have with me today, 3 gentlemen from which is the tenant of Resurgent LC, which is the tenant of this parcel 04.
okay, all right. Please sit down. We'll may call you up in a little bit.
I know. So if they would like to say something in support.
Okay, thank you. Come up to the podium, state your name and address and your question or comment.
Mike Stetson. I'm a co-owner of Thermovac at 201 West Oakwood.
My name's Jeff Goins. I am just an employee of Thermovac at 201 West Oakwood.
Okay.
Greg Johnson, co-owner with Michael,
Okay,
201 West Oakwood.
okay. Comment, question?
Oh, yeah, we just, I think when the building was originally bought by the owner, there's some confusion. I don't know if the picture really does it a ton of justice, but I mean, we've always thought that parking lot was just kind of part of the, like literally everyone that works in our company parks in that parking lot, but for some reason, it was owned by the Barron Company down the road. And so we're just trying to make it a lot easier to own the building and have the parcel. Having the parking lot just makes a lot of sense to us.
Okay,
So.
thank you. Any other comments or questions?
In my history, I have assisted with tax preparation for the owner of Resurgent Resources. I think there was an intention of that lot being sold to 201 West Oakwood a long time ago, and I think the parties just never got together to go through this formal proceeding to try to get it done. So that's why we're here today.
How long ago was that?
I believe that was in 2019.
2019, okay. Not too long. You're not that old, right? So I was gonna say, any other comment, question? No? You covered it? Okay, thank you.
Just a couple more points to make if I can. One being, obviously, so we've heard from the neighbor, there are no other parcels that would be affected by this. I mean, essentially, all we're doing is changing the map. Nothing would actually be in reality changed. And my other point is that this is just how this lot was platted. It's obviously not been created by the applicants. There's really nothing that you can do with this non-buildable, non-conforming strip of land, other than, to redistribute it in a way that makes sense.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? No? Okay. Item 5, we'll close public hearing at item 4. Moving on to item 5, building administrator comments. Seeing that present, we'll move on to item 6, board member questions and comments.
What a mess.
Right?
What an absolute mess.
I noticed on this figure 1, right, there's a yellow line closer to the road, right? Mm-hmm. And on figure 2, you removed that. Is that like an easement? What is that?
That's a piece of property, isn't it? It's got a tax identification number, closest to the pier.
Who
owns that?
That pizza wedge there.
I do not know who owns this.
I don't.
Because looking at the Oakland County Gateway, it does have a tax identification
Yeah,
number.
let me look to see if, any of my other.
Yeah, 04, 09, 126, 001. It's,
Yeah, this little piece right there.
What is it?
it's a leftover piece that somehow, some way, like this piece,
Yeah. In fact, no, I only had this up, so I didn't realize it had it separate.
it does have a tax identification number, yeah.
Yeah,
It does. It does.
got it.
What's that number you got, Jim?
04, 09, 126, 001.
Do some digging or give me a minute.
Yeah. Obviously another non-buildable lot, right?
Buildable, strange little piece, yeah.
What is it currently being used for?
This right here,
No, the
Oh, this?
extra piece.
I think it's just stayed
It's just there.
Just there.
That's not, but it's just basically a
Scenery.
buffer from M24 to, I mean, we're like right off of M24, and
Okay.
that's just it's a buffer with grass.
What about MDOT?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So in the stuff done by Houston Kennedy survey,
Yes.
I think probably when you go through your land division, is a matter of just cleaning up this, because this doesn't reflect, page 1 of 6, doesn't reflect existing conditions like your map does. That looks like, not one, that's the resultant parcel, right? This is 1 of 6, I think that's 2 of 6. This one doesn't show the parcels,
Oh, got it, okay.
right here. It doesn't show 18. It shows 18 being combined with 13, I think.
Ones that it, you know,
Yeah,
the actual-
just a matter of
Yeah.
when it goes through the land division review.
Right,
You're gonna need to have that.
Before survey.
So that access drive plexus is paved?
Um,
It's paved drive? Okay.
If this is approved, you'll go through all the paperwork to make sure the lots are combined, everything's done correctly.
yes, I've already spoken, with the township as to the process, and it's apparently handled administratively, and that.
Okay,
we
so make sure you talk to the
just-
assessor, make sure everything's the way it needs to be.
Of course, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's why if it's approved, it still lingers out there.
Yeah, no, and it just makes so much sense to have this two separate tax parcels as opposed to 3.
Understood.
Any questions? Good.
Any other questions, comments from the board? Court?
I have one, and this might be more for
Mateo.
Mr. Mateo.
He's here, he might as well needs to.
Come on.
let him burn it.
Wake up.
That,
Hi, Mateo.
I'm Mateo Passalacqua, Carlisle Workman Associates for the planning consultants for the township.
Thank you.
area behind the parking lot, is that on her other drawing there?
The red one,
Yes.
the resultant parcel.
Are there landscaping and other requirements that would make that no longer conforming, or does that not really matter?
Run that by me one more time. So we're talking about the parking lot that's now.
Right where her hand is right now,
Frontage landscaping.
is there landscaping if we were doing a preliminary site plan, would there be landscaping requirements that would be required, or?
If you were looking at a site plan, yes. This combination wouldn't trigger that requirement. Now, if they come in down the road and we want to add something out the side, or we're going to redo this, then they would be held to their new lot dimension standards.
Okay. Okay. That's what I was getting at, is are we granting a variance and causing more problems for them?
No,
But
this-
if it's not,
it wouldn't trigger that, but again, if they came in for other alterations to the structure of the site, then they would be held to those.
Okay. That's my only question. I didn't want you to drive up here for
For
nothing.
nothing. Yeah, no problem.
Any other questions, comments from the board?
No, sir.
Nope.
We'll close item 6 and go on to item 7, findings of fact. Number 1, strict compliance with restrictions governing areas, setback, frontage, height, bulk, density, and other non-use matters will unreasonably prevent the owner from using the property for a permitted purpose or will render ordinance conformity unnecessarily burdensome.
That applies.
It applies.
Yeah, I think it applies.
Can't use it for anything else.
Item 2, the variance will do substantial justice to the applicant as well as other property owners.
I think it applies, or so it can clean up the area.
I don't know that MDOT's gonna get justice, but the
No, the
rest,
other-
I think it applies.
I think they'd be okay.
Item 3, the lesser variance than requested will not give substantial relief to the applicant and will not be more consistent with justice to other property owners.
That applies.
That applies.
Item 4, the need for the variance is due to the unique circumstances peculiar to the property and not generally applicable in the area or to other properties in the same zoning district.
That applies.
Definitely applies.
Yes, that
It is unique.
It is unique. I agree. On item 5, the problem and resulting need for the variance has not been self-created by the applicant and/or the applicant predecessors.
That applies.
Okay. Item 8, in the meeting procedure, we can have a request for a motion.
Make a motion, the case is 26-CBA 002, GMB Equities LLC, 215 Plexus Drive, Oxford Township, Michigan, P.O. 409-127013. Petitioners GMB Equities LLC, the applicant is proposing a lot division, combination for 3 parcels to become 2 parcels. Private road including one of the parcels and access granted to the other parcel. 1 variance is requested. Applicant is seeking a variance from zoning ordinance section 3.7 to allow the minimum lot width to be 40.99 feet instead of the minimum lot width of 150 feet be approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion or comment from the board?
Okay.
We're good? All right, we'll take a vote.
Bailey,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Birch,
Yes.
Ferrari.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes,
Motion passed.
motion has been granted.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Tell John Gaber I said hi.
Oh, I will.
All right, moving on our agenda. Number 8, board member comments tonight.
Never had this many visitors before.
Just want to welcome the new chairman.
Thank you.
And our new member. Our new member at the end of the table. Can't forget him.
Welcome, Joe. It's the first time I've seen you up here, so yeah. Thank you for joining us tonight. And I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Also too, the tough one with Clear Lake issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other ones, it's so many different things going on over there. It's a beautiful sub, I love it, I hated to leave it. But you always gotta be careful that we don't do things that are too restrictive to everybody else that lives there.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, I know when I'd had issues in the 90s in the ZBA, you always had to balance that out.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know, where you want to be able to let people use their property, but you also don't want to become overly burdensome.
Right.
right. Yeah.
That's the tough thing. It's like, it's a beautiful sub, and I love it. And hopefully one day I go back.
We have a motion and
Good
a
night.
Thank
second
you.
to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Done.